In the name of my ancestors, peace forever and always, welcome once again to another edition of the Realities Temple on Earth. I am your brother, the host, and hopefully your friend, Talik Ibn'rad. Let me take these shades off. Okay. I want to send my condolences and offer sympathy to the family of the little sister, 7 years old, who was shot by the Detroit Police Department, I guess this weekend, in a raid. Every day, black people hurt. Every day, senseless death. We probably are the #1 people who give money to funeral homes. Aren't we tired of dying senseless like this? Aren't we tired of suffering like this? Why? Why do we suffer like this? Every day, there's a funeral home right down the street from where I reside. Don't you know it gets constant business? Black unity, y'all. If you don't seek black unity, this is going to continue and get worse. Because black unity will show other black people our value. And there's a lot of things that we do that put us in situations that cause us senseless death. Let me say this before my time runs out, because y'all know how these videos go. I want to say and make something very clear. I am not anti-police. There are a lot of police out there, law enforcement officers, that truly try to help the community. There's no doubt about that. But in police culture, they have a Rambo type mentality. And I know because I have experienced it myself. They get all hyped up. I can imagine those police officers when they threw that bomb into that home. They get this Rambo thing. Plus, remember, since they are entering a premise unannounced, they have to be ready for gunfire. Somebody maybe with a weapon coming out shooting at them. So it's all hyped up. The adrenaline is running. Because I know when they came after me, there are things they don't have to do. They broke down my door, sprayed the dog in the face with mace. Didn't have to do all that. For nothing. I even asked the police officer. I could have easily opened the door for you. You didn't have to break down the door, man. I proved myself. I wasn't running from you. I was running to you. But they got this Rambo mentality, these police officers. And especially when it comes to black people, they want to tear. You ain't got nothing as is, so they want to tear your door down, tear your house up, go through all your stuff, tear it all up, having no concern with how you living. That's how they are. Even some of these fire people. We had a fire one time. The fire was not even in our apartment. It was in the apartment next door. They wanted to tear our apartment up. I said, look, fire guy, what the hell you doing? He got the accent. Well, man, the fire's out. These so-called professionals get this Rambo syndrome. They get hyped up over this. They like tearing and destroying things up. But I want to be fair to the police on this video, because I'm about being fair and being just. This don't necessarily have to be a race issue, because there are Caucasian people who have went through the same thing. But it's very sad that black people always got to go through this kind of madness. I want to be fair to the police, the Detroit Police Department. and the guy who they was after has responsibility. You knew, chances are, the guy that they was after, he knew they was after him. And he ran to his grandmother's house, I guess. If somebody is after me, why would you run to your grandmother or some other relative to put them in harm's way? And you know that the police got AK-47s or whatever, bombs and all this kind of stuff to come after people. You got the city of Detroit coming after you. And you're going to run to your grandma's house. You knew. Some of these relatives know the police are after their relative. And they let them stay with them. So, this little sister, this young girl, yes, she was killed by Detroit Police Department. But responsibility goes to the relative or the friend or whoever they was. They let them hide them, let him hide him in their home. Now, the police have a responsibility too. You should have had your eyes dotted because you knew you were going to this home. And there were innocent people might be in there. Did you really have to throw a bomb in there? Y'all got sophisticated equipment. You could have called that house and said, look, we think y'all harboring a criminal. I think he needs to give himself up. Or we're going to have to use force. But nobody was thinking about nothing. And so my little sister, who only had 7 years of life, she's gone for nothing. So the responsibility must be shouldered on both sides. The police and their crazy Rambo mentality. And the families that allow a criminal to hide in their house. And the suspect himself, because he knew. But they do it all the time. These Negroes always doing something crazy and they run to their relative's house. Keep your ass in the street, but you always want to bring your madness to somebody else. And now a little girl is dead. Don't bring to me that black, and just because they was black. These people, that Negro knew. And he was accused of murder. So the police must treat him as a dangerous person. They don't want to get killed. So they got to do what they got to do in order to protect themselves. But again, if they knew that there were innocent people this man was hiding, he was using them as a human shield, so to speak, then they could have changed their tactics. But again, Rambo, they used Rambo on me. There was nothing dangerous about my case except a piece of damn paper with some words they said sound like it was a threat. What does it sound like a threat? Either it is a threat or it's not. They say it sounds like a threat. So it sounds, some words on a piece of paper sounded like a threat. So that was worth knocking my door in, tearing my door up, spraying my door with mace, and tearing my damn house up. Because it sounds like a threat. No, now that was racist. Here's a chance to destroy a black man or a black person, tear their house and property up. Get some money out of them because you're going to need a lawyer, buddy. And you're going to have, chances are, and then you got to replace all this stuff, the door and all this kind of stuff that we done tore up. And chances are you got to buy it from our other brothers and sisters who sell those things because blacks probably don't sell it. Because blacks are consumers, not producers. That's racism. This incident here, I can't really make a clear call because that man, that I'm not going to say brother because he shouldn't have done that. Now this poor little sister is dead. Pisses me off. But this kind of stuff is going to continue, y'all. Because we don't want to unify. Because we selfish. How many little girls gonna die? How many little boys gonna die? Your mother might be next. Your father. You might be next. And black unity could have saved them. But you too high and mighty. You'll get the message one day, won't you? Peace to the family of little sister. I think her name is Anya. Thank y'all for listening. Think about it, y'all. We got to unite on this. Thank you for listening. This was and is the Reality's Temple on Earth. Jot down your comments, y'all.